To the nuts and bolts, I want to ask you something. Just take a second. Look at your hands, think about your memories, your personality, everything that makes you you. Have you ever really stopped to wonder, how did all of that happen?
You know, the answer is kind of mind-blowing. It's both incredibly simple and ridiculously complex all at once, because it all started right here, with just one. A single, tiny, microscopic cell that held the entire blueprint for everything you are and everything you would ever become.
So it stands to reason, right? If we want to understand ourselves, we have to understand that tiny world inside. So let's zoom way in and take a look around.
So what is a cell, really? Well, it's the absolute smallest unit of life. I mean, every single living thing on Earth, from a tiny ant to a giant redwood tree, is built from these amazing self-contained little powerhouses. You can think of them like the microscopic bricks that build the entire house of life.
Now, this is where it gets really cool. A cell isn't just some simple little blob. Oh no. It's more like a bustling, microscopic city with all these different neighborhoods and factories all working together in perfect harmony. So what do you say? Let's take a quick tour of this incredible city. Okay, so just like any city, our cell has its main districts. First up, you've got the cell membrane. This is like the city border, the security controlling everything that comes in and goes out. Then inside, you've got this jelly-like stuff called the cytoplasm. That's the main city area where all the action happens. And then you've got the nucleus. This is City Hall. It's the command center, and it holds the most important document in the universe, your DNA. So let's look a little closer at the different departments running our cell city. We've already met the nucleus, our City Hall. But check these out. The mitochondria? Those are the power plants, cranking out energy 24/7. The ribosomes are the factories, building all the essential proteins the cell needs. And the Golgi apparatus? That's the city's shipping department, packaging everything up and sending it exactly where it needs to go. It's a ridiculously efficient system.
But here's the thing about a city. If it can't grow or repair itself when things get damaged, it's not going to be around for very long. And that brings us to one of the most fundamental, most important processes in all of biology.
We're talking about cell division. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's the process where one cell becomes two, then two become four, four become eight, and on and on. This is how life grows and sustains itself. But it does raise a pretty big question. Why bother? Why do our cells need to divide in the first place?
Well, it happens for reasons you see and feel every single day. The reason you grew from a baby into the adult you are now, that's cell division. Ever get a cut? Cells divide to repair that skin and make it good as new. And your body is constantly replacing old, worn-out cells with fresh ones. And, of course, on the grandest scale, this is the very process that allows for the creation of new life itself.
Okay, so there are two main ways that cells can divide. And the first one, well, it's all about making perfect clones. It's a process called mitosis. Just think of mitosis as a biological photocopier. That's its whole job. Its entire purpose is to take one parent cell and create two new daughter cells that are exact, perfect replicas, genetically identical right down to the last strand of DNA. This is what your body uses for all that growth and repair we were just talking about.
And this whole thing happens in this beautifully choreographed four-step dance. First, the cell packs up its DNA into neat little chromosomes. Then, all those chromosomes line up perfectly right in the middle. After that, the identical copies get pulled apart to opposite sides of the cell. And finally, the cell splits and two new cells form around them. It's this precise, elegant sequence that's happening billions of times in your body every single day.
So, the big takeaway, the final result of this perfect dance is always this number, 2. Mitosis takes one cell, runs it through the photocopier, and boom, you've got two brand new, genetically identical daughter cells. It's all about perfect replication. Remember that number.
But what if you don't want a perfect copy? What if the goal isn't to replicate, but to create something brand new? Well, that brings us to the other type of cell division. This one is called meiosis.
Now, the purpose here is totally different. Meiosis is the special process that creates sperm and egg cells. And its goal isn't to copy, it's to shuffle the genetic deck. It creates totally unique combinations of DNA, which is why you and your siblings might look similar, but you're not identical clones. This genetic variation is literally the engine of evolution. And right away, you see a huge difference, and it's in the final number. Instead of two cells,
Meiosis actually goes through 2 rounds of division, and it produces 4 daughter cells. And, unlike in mitosis, every single one of these 4 cells is genetically unique. This is the key to creating all that amazing variety.
This slide really lays it all out perfectly, doesn't it? You have mitosis, our copier, which happens in your regular body cells, your skin, your muscles, you name it. And then you have meiosis, the shuffler, which only happens in reproductive cells to make sperm and eggs. Mitosis makes 2 identical cells, meiosis makes 4 unique ones. And this last one is critical. Mitosis keeps the same number of chromosomes, but meiosis cuts that number in half, so that when new life is formed, the correct total number is restored. 2 totally brilliant processes with 2 completely different but equally important jobs. So this all leads us to one final fascinating question. On one hand, you have a process that makes perfect copies, ensuring stability so you can grow and heal. On the other hand, you have a process that creates infinite variety, ensuring a species can adapt and survive over time. So, which one is more important for the future of life? The copier or the shuffler? Well, it's a trick question, of course. The incredible wisdom of life is that it needs both. It needs stability and it needs variety to continue its amazing journey.